Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and another month has come to an end. So here is everything I picked up on Blu Ray and 4K Ultra HD for April 2021. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, another month is at an end, and let's go over everything I picked up on Blu-ray and 4K, and even a couple 3D Blu-rays for April 2021. Now, it wasn't quite as heavy as a haul as I would say March, but for the most part, it's a lot of new releases. So let's not waste any time, let's jump right in. So one of the first ones I picked up was actually a catalog title, and this was a recommendation from a couple of friends of mine. Rush. This stars Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Bruhl. Now, I haven't actually seen this one. This is actually a blind buy, so I'm going to go into this one very soon. I'll probably give you my thoughts over on Letterboxd if you want to check that out. But I've heard good things about it, and of course, you know, we've got two Marvel Cinematic Universe mainstays here with Hemsworth and Bruhl, so I'm anxious to check it out. It's also directed by Ron Howard, who I really respect as a filmmaker, and it's a racing movie, so this should, at the very least, sound pretty cool on my surround sound setup. But yeah, I'll let you know in Letterboxd what I think of the film down the line. Another one I picked up, this one's just been sitting on my wish list for a long time. I've seen it numerous times. I don't think I've ever owned this Blu-ray, so surprisingly enough, Scent of a Woman, starring Al Pacino and Chris O'Donnell. I feel one of Pacino's more, I know he kind of gets a little bit of like meme material as far as like, you know, that goes, but I think his performance in this is fantastic, and it's a good movie. It's really solid. I'm very excited to watch this one again in the near future. Just if you haven't seen this one, Scent of a Woman, I highly recommend you check this one out if you get a chance. This one was also another one sitting on my wish list for a while. I kept hoping that a 4K would arrive. And this one, unfortunately, is a 20th Century Fox, or Fox, you know, Pictures now. And of course, their whole, you know, relationship with 4K physical format's a little bit up in the air. So I got it for a decent price. Why not? The Day After Tomorrow, disaster film. You know, it's dumb fun. It's one that you just watch. If you've got a decent home theater setup, it's gonna rock it. It really is. But I finally got this one on Blu-ray. You know, watch, they'll announce a 4K like next week. I mean, that's just how my luck goes. But yeah, so Day After Tomorrow, it's something I'm gonna watch probably in the near future. But you know, it's just one of those that you just sit back, turn your brain off, and enjoy. This one was actually the inspiration for the remake Vanilla Sky, starring Tom Cruise and Penelope Cruz, and that is Open Your Eyes. This is the original version. I saw this years ago, and I didn't even know they had a Blu-ray of this until recently, so of course I wanted to jump on it, revisit this one again. As far as storytelling goes, I think this one does a slightly better job than Vanilla Sky. I still like Vanilla Sky, I really do. But yeah, Open Your Eyes. If you want to see the original, watch this one. It's well worth your time. This one was also sitting on my wish list for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger. Just, you know, it was just really a good price, so why not? American Beauty, starring Kevin Spacey. What can I say? This is just, it was one, when this came out, it was really just kind of the it movie. And, you know, with Kevin Spacey, Annette Bening, who put in great performances. And this is a good movie for the time period. It's still fantastic to watch. I'll be revisiting this one very soon. But yeah, American Beauty on Blu-ray. This one was a recommendation from a friend. I did watch it on, I believe it was Hulu, or it was Hulu or Amazon Prime, one of the two. But I liked it so much, I wanted to get the physical copy of this one, and that is Mads Mikkelsen in Another Round. This one was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great story. It had some, you know, it was funny, it had some dark moments, and it's kind of just one of those movies that I feel that you should see, you know, if you want a good, just a good drama, and with some good comedic elements to it. Basically, it's about a group of friends that you know, try to learn that if you maintain your blood alcohol level at a certain point, you actually perform better through your daily tasks. So that's what this is really about, and I think it's fun. It's a fun, enjoyable movie. Like I said, Mads Mikkelsen, I could watch him in anything, and I really wanted to own this on Blu Ray. I'll probably rewatch this again very soon. Because you know, it's that good. It stays with you. And I heard recently that they're going to make an American remake of this one, which honestly, we'll see about that one. But yeah, watch another round. It's very, very enjoyable. And I did pick up one Criterion this month, and that is Memories of Murder from director Bong Joon-ho, who directed Parasite, of course. This is, I believe, his second film that he did. It was way back in the early 2000s. And this is while this is basically a crime drama based off of real events, it's very much, you know, focused on the detectives in the story and their like inherent flaws and the system. There's a lot going on behind the scenes here, and I think it's beautifully shot. It looks great on Blu Ray. I know there were some alterations due to the color timing from the previous released versions. We'll get into that, but I think it's honestly, Criterion did a great job on this one, and it's worth watching because it shows the director's talents even early on in his career. So yeah, Memories of Murder on Criterion. I highly recommend this one. And a couple of 3D Blu-rays. Last month I picked up The Croods, A New Age, and it always bothered me I never had the first Croods on 3D Blu-ray, so I rectified that one. I got this one relatively cheap, I believe through eBay. The Croods on 3D Blu-ray. I haven't watched the 3D yet, so I'm going to check that one out in the near future, but finally glad to have that one on my collection. And this one, Everest on 3D Blu-ray. Now, I've seen Everest. I've never seen the 3D Blu-ray, so I'm anxious to check this one out. I've heard that the 3D effects are really good, but yeah, I'm excited to have this one, and I can't wait to check out the 3D effects. But yeah, it's not a movie you would watch all the time, but if you're gonna watch it in 3D. As for the 4Ks, this one technically I wish would have arrived in March because it actually showed up in April, so unfortunately it's going to count for the April haul. But hey, you know, it's something I got to show in the video. Batman v Superman, the 4K remastered edition. I did a review for the channel, so check that one out if you're interested. I think the movie looks better this way. It just has more of a flair to it. I really enjoyed it. I still have the previous 4K. I'll hold on to that one. I may revisit it again down the line, but I think honestly this looks really fantastic. My only you know, gripe is that the American release did not get a slipcover. Apparently they did over in the UK and other international territories, so there's that. But here in the US we just get the standard edition, no slip. But you know, Batman v Superman. This one is from Kino Lorber, and that is Spaceballs, the 4K. Did a review for this one as well. I love this. Is in my top 5 comedies of all time. It really is. And I know there's always like, oh well, you know, does this movie deserve a 4K? My opinion is that I think if any movie gets a 4K release, it's only going to help the formats. I know not a lot of people would have this on their most wanted 4K release list. But hey, if it's gonna help, you know, make the format better and thrive, I'm all for it. And I think Spaceballs is a decent, you know, 4K edition. Looks good. The soundtrack's good as well. And in my opinion, if you're a fan of the movie Spaceballs in 4K, you should absolutely pick this one up. In this one, I know I talked about the 3D edition just a few moments ago, but I wanted to get the 4K Everest. When I watched this movie, I watched it, I believe it was on one of the streaming services, so I wanted to get the 4K and the 3D edition, have both versions. I haven't watched it yet, so I heard the transfer is really good, but I'm excited. I'll probably watch the 3D first, and then down the line I'll watch the 4K again, but yeah, I got this one. And this one is one of my favorite Westerns of all time. It's in my top 5 in that area, and that is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, also released from Kino Lorber. I really liked what they did here with the 4K. I think it looks great. Unfortunately, there's no HDR applied, but they did adjust the color timing for this release. I think it looks great. I think it looks better than it ever has. There's a good amount of detail, and I feel it's just overall a better viewing experience. I highly recommend The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, just as a movie alone, but also as a 4K. This one also came out just actually this week, and did a review for it. And we all know about the flaw with the theatrical disc. Hopefully Arrow Video will replace that in the near future. That is Donnie Darko, which contains both the theatrical and the director's cut. I am a theatrical cut person myself, but I did a review for the channel. If you want to check that out, I think it's worth it for if you can get the theatrical disc to work on your particular player. It's fantastic. The director's cut also looks good. They pretty much have the same transfers, and all the extra materials I think are well worth it if you're a fan of the film. So yeah, Donnie Darko, check that out from Arrow Video. And this is finally the last one I picked up on 4K this month, and that is Dirty Dancing, which is a Best Buy exclusive steelbook. I did a review for this one actually yesterday, but I think the steelbook looks sharp. I think it really looks good. And I think the 4K is a good upgrade. It's not perfect. There are still a few issues with it, but I think the Atmos sounds fantastic and makes the soundtrack really feel fresh and new. It's great. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. And as of right now, only the Best Buy exclusive steelbook is the way to purchase this on 4K. They don't have a standard edition yet, but hopefully that will change in the near future if you want to wait for that release. But yeah, check it out. Dirty Dancing on 4K. Absolutely worth it on the formats. So that is everything I picked up on Blu-ray and 4K for April 2021. Now let me know in the comments below, what did you pick up this month? Let's talk about it. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.